Hatchlings, it's DragonFeather and welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode I wanted to discuss with you guys about creating your own inner realm. Now this video is kind of special as it's part of a challenge in the Hatchling Clan for our Hatchling Clan weekly challenge number 22. So if you would like to do the more in-depth challenge, feel free to go check out the post that is up today on the Hatchling Clan. But for this video I wanted to just cover with you guys how to create your own inner realm. And this is really important, especially in my personal practice, and this is something that I don't really share very much because I feel like our inner realm is very personal. Our inner realm is a sacred space for us and us alone, and no one else needs to know about it unless we choose to share. And I felt that this was an appropriate challenge for the Hatchling Clan and to share with you guys today because I feel a lot of us have been struggling with looking within ourselves and creating the peace within ourselves that we all so seek to discover. And so I wanted to share with you guys how I really create that for myself. Just a little introduction. The inner realm is the place that you go to within yourself to find peace and personal power. This is a place that you create purely for yourself and is often a place that we go to during meditation. And this is a place that I go to during meditation and when I go to sleep, and whenever I'm stressed or anxious or depressed, this is a place that I go to refresh myself. Before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room. In order to create an inner realm, first we must look within ourselves and we must face the inner darkness if we've never done this before. Now, I know a lot of people are very scared to look inside themselves and very scared to spend time alone with themselves, but the reason why this is so important is because it's about empowering you by yourself. It's about giving you that power and that peace that you need when you are alone and when you are in the darkest parts of your life and when you're in the darkest parts of the night, if you will. And in order to do this, one must take the time to look within themselves. And in order to do this, we must shine the light on our darkness. And this isn't always the easiest thing to do, and I am completely aware of that. And I'm not saying that this is some, walk in the park, like sometimes we have to address certain things that either we have done, things that have been done to us, experiences that we may have had, choices that we made that might have not been so awesome, shit that happened with parents, shit that happened with friends or lovers or anything like that. We need to address this before we can create our personal place within ourselves, because the darkness can hold the most horrifying, most scary and uncomfortable traumatic things that we have ever been through. And it is imperative that we address this and shine a light on this darkness and explore the darkness within ourselves so this darkness can become a place of peace and rest for us. I'm not going to get too much into how to face your darkness because that's kind of like a whole nother video, to be completely honest with you. But there are many exercises in the Hatchling Clan where you can do shadow work if you are interested, and I'll leave a few linked down below. Just remember that it's okay to take a journey within yourself and to spend some time in the dark and to address the darkest parts of yourself and to open your arms, open your mind, and open your heart to your shadow side, because that's a part of you too. And if you ignore that, you're ignoring a part of yourself, and therefore how could you ever be whole? That's kind of why we need to face our inner darkness first and shed a light on the inner darkness before we can really create this darkness into something a little more enchanting and to something that's more peaceful and powerful and all of that. So what is the inner realm? The inner realm is the world, the universe that exists within us, or within our mind's eye, if you will. This is often referred to as our imagination. We visit our inner realm in our dreams. And this is a place that is completely our own. No one else can ever experience our personal inner realm, just like you can never experience anyone else's, because that's a part of their human experience. So your inner realm is a part of your human experience and your human experience alone. The inner realm is a part of ourselves that no one can take away, for it is not a physical thing. It's a part of who we are. It's a part of our being. And the only way to lose that is to die. Or is it? I don't know. I'm just a small bean. This is a place that we can create for ourselves, and this is a really big part of Imagination Magick. I haven't really gone too much into Imagination Magick on my channel, but it's a very big part of the inner child and getting in touch with the innocent, most pure parts of ourselves. A lot of people say that if it's all in your imagination, then how is any of it real? But our imaginations are just as real as reality, and I think a lot of people forget that our imaginations, sure, some things that we dream about, some things that we imagine or create in our mind could never physically happen in this world, but it can always happen in our mind, and that's a world too. That's a part of this experience, and it's good to acknowledge that, and it's good to understand that our imagination is a very powerful tool in magic, and is a very powerful tool in visualization and setting intentions and creating something that's really personal to you and very peaceful, and that represents who you are, and is a place that is crafted specifically for your needs and desires and all of that, because you can have anything you want in your mind. You can have anything you want with your imagination and in your dreamscape, and that's what creating your inner realm is all about. It's about creating that space that is everything you've ever wanted, that brings you ultimate peace and power that no one can take away from you. The next part before we get on to really crafting or creating our inner realm is the correspondences that fit you. So this is a huge part of my personal inner realm. In this world, in this physical earth plane that we live in, there's many different things that exist, from plants like behind me to, water, crystal, fire. Like what represents you? What represents your spirit, and what do you feel most called to, and what resonates with you the most? For me personally, I connect the most with dragons, feathers, and crystals. Are you surprised? I'm Azura DragonFeather. You want to find what you connect with the most. So for example, my inner realm is a place that's very earthy. It's like a cave. I'm not going to tell you too much, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of an example so you guys understand. It's like a crystal cavern that has waterfalls in it and plants growing everywhere, and it's illuminated by blue fire. And that's where I go, and it has all my books that I've ever made. Like, my books of shadows are on shelves, like I have altars in there. All the crystals I have in real life exist in my inner realm, and I use my crystals in real life to help me get to my inner realm when I'm struggling sometimes, and that's totally okay. And it's good to have physical representations here that can help you get to your inner realm. So for example, a huge one for me is azurite. All my azurite really helps me get to my inner realm, and azurite is a crystal that helps you get to different realms and realities, so it's perfect for that. It's great for manifestation, so it's great for manifesting, aspects of my inner realm in my real life and in my real world. Like, granted, I'm not just gonna have like floating orbs of blue fire in my house. That's not realistic, but for example, it helps me create the atmosphere that is similar, the space and the energy that is similar, if that makes sense, as well as it helps with visualization, as it's mostly in your third eye, and creating your inner realm is an exercise that exercises your third eye chakra, and that exercises your third eye in general. So it's all about that. And most of the time when I would start this, I would create a list of correspondences for myself and write down what are my favorite things to craft with, what are my favorite crystals, what are my favorite feathers, and what are my favorite dragons. Like, how does that work with this? My favorite plants, my favorite herbs, like how can that be incorporated into my inner realm, and how does that play a part in my personal power place inside of myself? This is a really powerful tool to get in touch with who you are, to get in touch with your highest self, to get in touch with your true purpose here on this earth. And I feel like a lot of us feel very, very lost. Like, we're just like, why the fuck am I here? What the hell am I supposed to do? Like, I just got here, a few years ago, and I still feel like I don't know shit. Well, good news for you, I don't know shit either, so you're not alone, bro. We pretty much don't know what we're doing, but we don't like to admit it. So by creating this inner realm, we can get more in touch with ourselves, and we can get more in touch with our desires and what we really want out of this lifetime and why we're truly here. So that's why I really wanted to share this exercise with you guys, because I feel like it's really important and really powerful, and it's a great place to start, especially if you're in the broom closet, because this is something that is within you. This is something that no one else can see, that no one else has to know about. You don't even have to tell anyone. Like, it could be just for you, and that's totally okay. And you should not ever feel guilty for keeping this part of yourself to yourself, because that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of loving yourself enough to create something so beautiful for yourself. And it strengthens the relationship with yourself, and by doing that, in turn, strengthens your relationships with everyone else around you. And that's kind of the main thing here, because it all starts within you. As within, so without. And if it's dark and fucking terrifying in here, it's gonna be dark and fucking terrifying around you. So you better create some magical wonderland in yourself first before you experience that outside. Next is actually creating our inner realm. Now, this is a huge exercise of visualization, of meditation, of setting your intention for what you want, and you can even draw this out too if that helps you visualize it better, if that helps you understand what you want more. Like, I have many drawings of my inner realm. It's just something that I dwell on, and it inspires me, and I created it to inspire me. And when I first started creating my inner realm, this was something that I did for myself before sleeping. I would work on visualizing this place inside of myself of peace and tranquility and harmony and beauty, and this place where I could truly be myself, and that's what would put me to sleep. And as I would visualize this, I would drift off into the land of dreams, and sometimes even have dreams in the inner realm that I created. So that's kind of why this is a part of this, and this is why I really wanted to make this a challenge in the Hatchling Clan, because I feel that creating our own inner realm is a challenge. It doesn't just happen in, a day or a week. It doesn't even happen in a few months. It happens over a lifetime. And so even though this is just our weekly challenge, I'm challenging you to start this. I'm challenging you to take a leap of faith and go for this, and to try and maybe address why you're so afraid of yourself, why you're so afraid of the darkness within you, because darkness isn't evil. Darkness isn't bad or scary. It doesn't have to be. Sure, certain things can be very terrifying, but it's important to face those fears. And in my experience and in my personal practice, if something is afraid of me, that is a sign to attack it, because fear is temporary, but regret is forever. So do something you are afraid of so you don't regret it for the rest of your life. I wanted to share creating your inner realm because it has helped me so much understand who I am, and really helped me discover why I'm here and where I come from, like my spirit, not my body. My body is from Earth. My body is human, but my spirit is not. And I first started creating my inner realm when I first started to discover I was dragonkin, and so I created this inner realm as a place for my dragon self, if that makes sense. And if you are any Theron or otherkin or fictionkin or any sort of thing like that, this is a great place to create a space for that part of yourself to exist freely, without judgment, without fear, without anything like that. And even if you're not, this is a place for your spirit to be free, to be who you are meant to be. And it's created by you, for you, to encourage you and to inspire you to keep going, to keep practicing. And this is a place that I go to meet with my guardians, to meet with my, my spirit animals and all of that. And it's a place for me to really connect with the spirit world. And I believe that it's a place that I have created within myself that exists to a certain extent in this spirit world. And our minds are universes of their own. Like, we are infinite beings, and we have infinite potential, and we just have to challenge ourselves to open our minds to think in a way that maybe we never have before, and to challenge our current perspectives on who we are and what our minds really are and what our beings really are. Like, what are human beings? I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out, and I hope that this challenge will help you. So in order to create your inner realm, first, after you face the darkness, you figure out your correspondences, what inspires you, really visualize what place brings you the most peace, what place makes you the happiest. And for me, that's a waterfall in the forest. Maybe for you, that's the beach, or on the top of the tallest mountain, or anywhere really. Like, it doesn't matter where it is, but wherever it is, create your inner realm in a place that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel empowered and magical and enchanting and just surreal almost, but in the most beautiful way. And take it one step at a time. You don't have to have the whole inner realm created in 15 minutes, but just focus on visualizing the little tiny details. Do you live in a cave? Do you live in a tree house? Do you live in a regular house? Is your personal power place in an underground tunnel in the city? Who knows? I don't, but you have to figure that out. You have to go within yourself and really ask yourself the questions of, what makes me feel empowered? What makes me feel peaceful? What makes me feel alive? Where are the places in life that I have been that have brought me the most magic, that have brought me the most inspiration in my life? And the moment you ask yourself those questions, you'll start thinking of answers, because that's just how human psychology is. We have questions, we want to answer them. And if you don't have an answer right away, that's okay. The thing is that this is a regular exercise that you can do, and you don't ever have to feel obligated to do this. Like, only do this when you want to. And like, if you don't do it one night that you wanted to, don't beat yourself up for it. Like, it's okay to be human. It's okay to fuck up sometimes, and it's okay to be disconnected from your practice for a while. I've been there, trust me, for years sometimes. But the thing is that when you go into this with the intention that you want to do this for you, not because you're obligated to do so, if that makes sense. So after you've created your inner realm, or started to, it's a really big deal to keep visiting that place, because if you don't keep visiting that place, it's just going to disappear into the darkness of your mind. But if you keep on working at shining the light on this inner realm, at creating this inner realm to glitter and sparkle with everything that you've ever loved and desire, and everything that makes you feel like you, that's going to be what makes it magic. That's going to be what makes you magic. That's going to be what brings you peace, what brings you joy, and what brings you power. And that's what's going to help you establish a connection with yourself that you've never had before. And it's going to empower you to maybe do something that you've never done before, because yes, you may be afraid to do this, but if you do it, it just proves to you that you can do anything, and that you can create anything, and that you are a creator, and that you have the power, and it's always been within you, because this exercise is about acknowledging that the magic is within us. The magic isn't in your wand. The magic isn't in your crystals. I mean, don't get me wrong, crystals are magical and they do have magic, but your magic is not in your crystals. Your magic is with you and has always been with you. And that's why when we return to our inner realm, by exercising our imagination, we're exercising part of our natural magic, because when we are children, our imaginations are crazy wild, and it's magical, and that's why most of our childhood memories seem so enchanting and seem so pure and innocent, and we long for those experiences. But now as an adult, maybe we had experiences that shut us down, that maybe it was beaten out of us like it was me. Maybe we've been shunned or ridiculed or made fun of, and that's okay. And it's okay to find your inner peace, and that's what it's for. So I was interrupted by my family, but what I was trying to say in conclusion is that this is a place to create your inner peace, and that's the biggest goal about creating your inner realm, is creating a place that you can be peaceful, and that you can be happy, and that you can go to whenever you're feeling scared or anxious or depressed or anything like that. It's a place that's supposed to comfort you, and it's a place that's supposed to be just for you. And that's the challenge for this week's Hatchling Clan challenge, and something that I wanted to share with you guys on the channel, because I feel like it's a really big deal and a really powerful tool that we can all utilize to bring peace into our lives, and to bring positivity into our lives, and to help us develop a relationship with ourselves that maybe we didn't have before, and maybe we were too scared to try and create. And that's okay. It's okay if you're afraid, but just remember that when you push through fear, everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you've ever desired or ever imagined or ever dreamed of is on the other side of that fear. So push through that fear and you'll make your wildest dreams come true, and I can promise you that. And if you feel like you're alone in this, you're not. Please come join the Hatchling Clan and join us. Come share your experience with us. And if you're afraid, come join the clan support nest and we'll talk it through. We'll talk through your fear with you and help encourage you to keep going and to push through and to do this, because you deserve it. You deserve a place of magic within yourself. You deserve a place that's enchanting, that's filled with everything you love and desire and everything that's beautiful to you, that inspires you. And that's what this challenge is all about, is creating your inner realm. So in conclusion, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure to leave them down below and let me know, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to join the Hatchling Clan, as we are changing lives there, making magic together, and it's pretty much like a coven, like an online coven. That's what I created it for. I wanted to make it a place of love and acceptance, so you can be your geeky, cheeky, and freaky little self, you know what I mean? So come join us, and we're really friendly. We don't bite, we promise. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Much love to all of you, and sending endless love and positive vibes to you guys always. Mwah. I've missed you guys so much. I've been going through a lot, but I love you guys so much. Can't ever say that enough, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But until next time, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky, little hatchlings. Blessed be, and bye.
It's funny that you think that I'm different when we're both made of water. It's funny that you think that I'm different.